the Nigerian government only respects or listens to you when you are a thug or an armed robber. You shoot gun, you know how to shoot gun very well. If you make noise, the federal government will listen to you. But once you are an intellectual, you are somebody who believes in roundtable discussion, trust me, nobody will listen to you. And that is why terrorism has continued to stay in our country. Because these people know that it is only through harm the government listening. The fact that the Urhobo people do not believe in armed struggle does not make the federal government to take us for granted. I wrote a letter to the president on this amnesty issue. The Niger Delta struggle is not the Ijaw struggle. It is not the Ijaw struggle. There are other ethnic groups in the Niger Delta. But since this amnesty, this scam called amnesty came up, it has just been the Ijaw. If they don't bring Ijaw from Ondo State, they will bring the one in Bayelsa. They will bring the one in Rivers State. It is just Ijaw persons. So are they trying to tell us that we are fools in the Niger Delta family? So any marriage that I would not benefit from, I will break up from such marriage, because marriage ought to be a mutual agreement and not a parasitic relationship. We have credible young men in Urhobo Nation that can hold this office of the essay to the president from amnesty program, the coordinator. But yet nobody wants, because the Urhobo people will not blow oil pipeline, because the Urhobo people believes that let us talk it over, because the Urhobo people believes that let us write a message to you, let us tell you our heart. They should know one thing, that we are the fifth largest ethnic group in this country. That the fact that we have decided and we believe in the one Nigeria as an entity does not make us fool. After all the hula balloon, they've given it to a River State man. We have the like DJ Ben, who is a youth general in Udu, Honorable Blessing Elo Shatta. But no, since they don't know him as a militant, no, he has not killed any soldier. We cannot. You have kept our son Kelvin in perpetual prison. We don't even know where he is. Some say Abuja, some say Kano. What is the difference between Kelvin and those so-called Niger Delta wanting that today they can win cases in court without going to court, a criminal case? Are they trying to tell us that as Urhobo youth we should carry harm against the government before they will listen to us? Are they trying to teach us that the only way that they can listen to Urhobo youth is for us to carry gun and bust oil pipeline, kidnap foreigners and all that? Is that what they are trying to teach us? If you call Kevin a kidnapper and an armed robber and you send him to jail, what is the difference between Kevin and Asari Dokubo? Asari started this thing when he came up the other day and then he said the Niger Delta struggle belongs to the Ijaw people. Like, serious? Who were the fighters? Whose people suffered the most? Okay, you are fighting for the Niger Delta people, clap for yourself. But you own a university in Benin Republic. Who is a fool? Why didn't you put your university in Bayelsa and then bring your tuition fee down so that those people from the creek can attend your school? You took it on that man's land. You are developing on that man's land and you claim you are fighting for the Niger Delta. So who wants to make money comes to Niger Delta? You buy. He has the effort to go on TV, on Facebook video, that he dropped the highest ammunition. Like, serious? And everybody is clapping, nobody is talking. And we want Boko Haram to end. We want crime to end. While behind we applaud crime, we celebrate crime. Not until we start celebrating hard work and not mediocrity, we can't go anywhere in the country. It is so painful. Time without number, I have engaged the youth. When this Fulani unrest came up, I drove from Asaba 1 a.m. to Agadama community. I took that risk on that road. Pele, we no need to carry gun, no need to go fight them. The federal government could do am. I was in communication with the CP 247, and I must use this opportunity to appreciate the CP Delta. He is somebody that you can rely on in terms of security. And that issue in that community calmed down because of the police. Let me be very, very honest. If it's for the military, sorry. But must we continue to celebrate criminals in our society? Kevin is somewhere. It's a wake-up call to our leaders, the political class of Orobo. Instead of them to work in unison, in cooperation, they are busy fighting for who is the oga and who is the boy. While the Ijaws are rallying around themselves, if they have one person, they protect that person. You complain of Senator James Manager, and the Ijaw people complaining. They love him that way. But if Senator James Manager is an Orobo senator, now since we not pursue him. We have somebody like Senator Omar Agege who is doing his best. We don't want to hear him. We have Kevin in jail. The same armed struggle like Kevin do, like Asari do. They call Asari freedom fighter. You call Kevin a kidnapper. Who does that? As far as I'm concerned, Kevin is not a kidnapper. Kevin fought for the people of Kokori and Orobo at large. He has oil in his community, and his community is one of the poorest. So, in a nutshell, Yoruba people are being marginalized in the Nigerian marriage. The marriage called Nigeria, we are the 5th largest ethnic group, but we are being marginalized. Yoruba people are being marginalized because we are peace-loving people. We are not being marginalized because we don't have the arsenals to fight. No, because we love peace more than war. And because our leaders also have not been able to rally around themselves, support themselves. Imagine somebody like Chief James Onanefe Ibori working with a genuine heart with Great Ovejo Ogboru. Imagine Senator Ovioma Agege working with a clean heart with Otega Omero. Imagine the input. So we are being marginalized because we don't take arms. We believe in dialogue, but they are pushing us too far. They are sending the wrong signal to other ethnic groups in the Niger Delta region. If we are one Nigeria, if we are fair to ourselves, Ijaw has been the one taking it. Why not you say, okay, who is the next ethnic group there? Orobo, Orobo take for equality's sake. But we in Delta State, now Orobo, now bring up the idea of zoning. Our brothers should also enjoy. Are we getting the same fair share in the Nigerian equation? The answer is no.